Welcome back to your favorite podcast. It's Love is Black. I'm Harvey.
And I'm Carice.
And we talking about love, still talking about love in all its forms. You excited?
Why do you look so like doughy-eyed?
Because we're talking about love in all its forms. Doughy-eyed? I don't think I've ever heard you describe me like that.
Like a storybook character.
I know. I was talking about love. Exciting and new.
Okay.
Come aboard. We're expecting you.
No, Harvey, please
Yes.
don't. That was terrible. Please
Stop it. You watched the Love Boat. Okay. All right.
All right. Well.
You know, that look. As a husband, I know you've seen that look before, that look of disappointment. So yes, as season 3 continues and we're talking about Black love in all its forms, we are discussing something a little bit different. We're discussing polyamory, and we've got our group. Say the names, and I know I'm gonna say them wrong.
Jaida, Joel, and Mickey.
Welcome to the podcast. How are you?
How you doing?
Hey, we're good.
All right, thanks for joining up. I've been really excited and ready to talk about this subject matter. So
We're so happy to have you. Thank you for being with us,
Mhm.
like he just said. But I'm so curious to just get right into it. So I'd love to know, where does your love stories begin?
Honestly, me and Mickey have a past. We've been together for 6 years, and it started off in high school. I've always had this mentality. She always had this mentality as a bisexual woman, and I always had this mentality as a manly man. You know, wanting to have a whole bunch of women and all this stuff, and I always wanted to be that guy that had like babies from different states, like different nationality type thing. Like I always would think crazy. And she started off being in relationships with females, so it was more like she was dabbing in what she actually liked type of thing.
Yeah.
And she came to my school. She ended up moving to Rhode Island after going from Dominican Republic to New York to Florida to Rhode Island, and now we're back in Florida basically.
Yeah. I was the new girl in school, and I met him there. I was like junior year, I believe, and we started dating in 2015. And we, like he said, we moved back to Florida together. And then we met Jaida on an app that we used to go live on. So when we would go live on that app, you can versus battle people, and you can meet people from around the world, make friends. And he had made his own account, and he ran into Jaida, and they're both musicians. They both sung together, played around, joked. He's like the class clown, so it made her laugh. Me, I started talking to her, and she likes to paint. She likes to be girly like I do. She likes to cook. I like to bake. It was just like a quick like friendship that just happened. It was insane.
It started off really as a friendship, and then like eventually I started noticing that I was liking them more than just a friendship. And at first I didn't even know they were poly. They were actually like for some reason scared to tell me that they were poly.
In our defense, everyone acts weird, okay?
Yeah, I can imagine that's not like a normal thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't scared to tell her. It was just at that moment, it was more like we met so many weird people going through our experience of trying to do this whole throuple thing that it was like we stopped. It was more like we're just gonna chill, and if life hits us with someone, then they'll hit us with someone. So when I was talking to her, when she started talking to her, it was more like we were just trying to be friends at that point.
And it was around this time actually that we met, like right after his birthday. I had just moved to a whole different city, and I was just trying to meet friends, and came along. It was honestly a surprise, like a big surprise.
And then we would FaceTime every single day.
FaceTime.
And then she moved back to our city in Florida, and then we met in person. And after that, we were just hanging out every single day. And then she found out the fact that we were poly, and she was like, "I'm actually down for it."
Yeah,
But she was good at it.
I confessed to them. I was like, "I like you guys, and like more than friends," and like they were with it too. They liked me, so I was like, "Okay."
But at that time, again, like I said, we were dealing with so much weird people, so it was like when she was saying that she liked us, we were like, yeah, you know.
They were dubbing me.
You know, worry about what you got in your life. We're just gonna be your friends. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Persistent with it.
I was very
definitely.
persistent. I made a group chat. I added them on Snapchat.
She like ever since the beginning, it's kind of hard for someone to like tackle onto people. Even a guy friend. Like we have a guy friend, me and him mutual friend, that he literally jokes around and says, I can only be friends with Mickey one time and then friends with Joel the other time. Okay, it's hard to get you guys both. Her, the moment she met us, she texted him, she texted me, she made a group chat. And it was just like, when we looked at each other like, okay.
Like she's putting in the effort to try to like have us together. She wants to show us that she's interested in both of us type thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I never been in a situation like this and I wasn't even looking for it. I just, like I said, I was friends with them and realized that I liked them both individually. And I was like, okay, so you guys are poly. We can make this work. Okay.
Yeah.
That's so interesting that you fell for both of them. Did that happen at the same time, or maybe one started first and the other one came a little later?
Well, again, like I've been with her. I've been with Mickey for 6 years, so like we already shared a whole story together, you know. And then Mickey and we started sharing this relationship with her, and it was more like we're spending time together. We're all spending every single moment together. It wasn't like I'm chilling with her first, she chills with her later. No, we're meeting up together, we're hanging out together, our conversations are together. It's to the point where we're using the bathroom together. Like, you know,
a lot of people ask that question. Actually, it's a frequently asked question if we do separate things, or like, do you guys do separate dates, or do you guys have specific like roles? And no, we're just always together.
Like the only times we're not together is like if one of us is at work or if one of us is going to hang out with family or something like that. Other than that, it's nothing. It's always together, you know?
Yeah.
That's so interesting. Yeah, I meant that for like a focus on Jaida,
Right.
But it's fantastic that, there was no individual time. So it wasn't even like you had to choose. Like it's really easy to become encompassed in this if it's all the time.
Yeah. I mean, definitely, I guess you can say I spoke to him a little bit more at first. And then I kept
she felt like I didn't like her.
I felt like she did not like me for some reason. Like I was texting her, flirting with her, and trying to get her to like me, and I wasn't getting the best responses. And I would ask him, I would be like, does she like me? Is she into me? Like,
defense, okay. I'm not gonna lie, I was dry. I was a little dry, and I kind of am like that. I don't know you type of thing, but I would look at him and be like, yeah, so we have this stuff in common. Like, did you text her back? No, not yet. I don't know what to say. So it was those types of situations that she was like, she doesn't like me. And I would see her in person like, stop saying that. I do like you.
Oh, that's kind of cute.
That is, it's interesting. It is.
I love
It's
that.
a love story within a love story, you know.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's not all sweet, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people just think of the most craziest things when they think of us. They think either like it's a headache with girls or it's sexual based or anything like that. And honestly, it gets more deeper than that, you know? It's deeper than cracks, honestly.
Well, let's dive in a little deeper then into the deep end of this. I think a big thing that you might have to break down for our listeners, or even just for us, I guess, as we're continuing to learn, is the difference between having a polyamorous relationship versus having an open relationship versus swinging, or, what the difference is between these things.
Okay, so an open relationship would mostly be like, it's like, for example, if they were in an open relationship when they met me, it would probably be maybe one of them are talking to me, or they're having different other partners and they're just open within their relationship. So that's that. And then there's polyamory, where it's more like everybody's involved, everybody's included. She's with me, I'm with him, they're together, we're all together. Swinging is just like I guess that's more on the fun side. Like
It's
that's
as fun
more.
as it sounds.
Yeah,
It's
like
just swinging around, just doing your thing.
Swinging around.
Literally, I like that. That's where the word came from. Okay.
Honestly, swinging is in the same category, probably like an open relationship. You know.
Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah.
I would say swinging like
You
is
can be
more
with
like
partners.
you can have a partner and be doing that with them.
Yeah.
And polyamory is like you can have multiple partners inside of your relationship. It doesn't just have to be 3 or 4 or 5.
That's why we identify
So that-
more as a throuple.
That's why we're a throuple, because it's more like it's just us. That's
It's
it.
3.
There's no extra
it's
partners.
A couple of 3.
Yeah.
Not more.
Do
Not
you guys
less.
feel complete for where you are now, or do you foresee potentially, there might be even more love in the future?
No.
No.
I think they're more than enough.
We're not.
More than enough.
Us right here. This is right here.
This is
Thing
our
1,
family.
thing 2, thing 3. You don't really need more. We support each other as much as we need.
Honestly.
So, and us being our family, like it's brought us closer since it's us, And I don't want no more baby mamas. I'm good with mine.
Like, imagine it's like having two, like, even though like I guess you can say me and her, we go at it the most. We have our periods, we have our mood swings, we have all that.
And
So
I never
we
had
can't
a
imagine.
sister, okay?
Yeah.
I never had a sister, and that makes a difference.
So
I'm
we
sure it does.
another partner in this. It'd be
No.
crazy.
Yeah. Okay.
So we you guys kind of went into how you got together, how you started. So we can kind of continue on that path. So you guys are together. And then obviously with a lifestyle that is not regular or typical, how did family and friends deal with that? Tell us, because I know that must have been, just tell us about that struggle.
Do you want me to start, or you guys start?
You start.
I could start. I could say on my mom's side of the family, super accepting. Like maybe my grandma, she's a little, she's older. So the first time I told her, she was like, "Oh no. Okay, hold on." Yeah. But it's not something that me and him haven't told our families, at least. I used to always tell my grandma. And when I first told my mom, I was like, "Mom, I like girls." She looked at me and said, "It's a phase. It's you'll get over that." And I was like, "Okay." And then later after that, I was like, "Mom, me and Joel are gonna get a girlfriend." And she was like, "Okay." But I have a little brother, so she always, instead of 2 kids, she says, "I have 3. I have 2 boys and I have a girl." She took him in as a son, perfect. Then when we met Jaida, she threw me away. That's it. This is her daughter. That's it. She now claims her 4 children.
I love mom.
She
Love her.
loves mom. I'll call her. She'll be like, "What do you want?" If she calls her, "Hi, how you beautiful? How you doing?" Okay.
Complete difference.
Complete difference. That's my cousin. My dad, on the other hand, he doesn't really care for it as much. The first thing and only thing he told me was, "You got best of both worlds. I trained you right. I do good." But he is more on like I don't have to tell my extended family about it. It's none of their business type of. He doesn't want to show it off type thing. I'm more blunt on it. I don't really care. My aunts on that side of the family follow our social medias, are constantly commenting. So my family, they're there. They just don't really care much. They live their lives.
Honestly, I could say the same thing with my family, except my mom. My mom, she did not like the idea of it. And my mom is a deaf mother. I was raised in a deaf family. So basically, like, I have to talk to her through video. And I'm basically explaining to her, I have a second girlfriend. And she's like, no girlfriend. And I'm like, no, I have a second girlfriend. And I show her Jaida, and she's like, "That's your friend?" And I'm like, "No, my girlfriend." And she's like, "No, where's Mickey?" And Mickey comes up to the camera and she's like, "Yeah, that's my girlfriend." And she's like, "No." And she hung up, did not talk to me for weeks.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Probably even a couple months. I actually just started talking to her. but it's more like we're mutual, you know, we just talk. But she's always been like that my whole life. When stuff bothers her, she's like, don't talk to me. I don't want to speak to you type of person, you know? So I always tell them all the time, like, I'm not, like, it bothers me that she does that, but I'm not really taking it serious because she's talking to me later.
Yeah.
As long as I can hit her up and say, I love you, Ma, she'd be like, I love you too. And then never want to talk to me again. Like, so it's like, as long as that happens and I know she's okay, she'll be fine later, you know. It's more like, I think it's like an old school thing, you know, like she's used to the whole, you know, you marry one man and all that. And then my mom, coming from being a single mother, she probably feels as if I'm taking my father's footsteps, and I could understand where she could be coming from, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's not like that at all. It's not like I'm trying to be like a gigolo or something like that. I'm just a normal guy. I just have a different circumstance that I'm living in, you know?
Jada?
Their stories are nice, right?
Acceptance.
Yeah. I grew up not like with my mother not being, I guess you can say, accepting to the idea of me being bisexual. So with that being said, when I introduced them to my family as my friends, and they got to meet pretty much everybody, and then we got outed. Yeah, and that they didn't take it very easily. They did not take it very easily. I got paragraph after paragraph, you know, telling me about the Bible and telling me, you know, I should seek Jesus, and just a lot of different things that pretty much upset me. Like, they would invite me to family parties and events and stuff, and they would tell me, come by yourself, don't bring your partners, you know, leave your pimp at home, like stuff, crazy stuff. Yeah. Yeah. And my mom called her a nasty girl. Like, I don't know, like, it was just crazy. Like, they weren't accepting of me being bisexual in the first place. And then to find out that now I have two partners, it was like a big shock, like a complete shock. Like, at this point, I'm still hearing stuff of like people saying that I'm the disappointment of the family and I'm bringing down our family name and all this stuff because of my relationship. And really, like, I was really like depressed about it at first because that was like, I am a big family person, but I guess you can say I grew out of it because they became my family. They became the people that I go to every day. We pay bills together. We do things together. Nobody has a say really in my life like that. So I take it with a grain of salt, you know, and keep it moving. You know, people still have a lot of things to say, but I feel like we're gonna get hate no matter what. So
she has a few family members that are close to us.
Yeah,
so.
I do have a few family members that accept us and are there for us, support us, share our social media handles. They're in our faces all the time, the ones that do support us. So it's good to have those few family members that, you know, love us and support us.
And that's what matters, you know, try not to focus on, you know, the naysayers, but really, really focus all of that good positive energy into the support that you had, that support system. I feel like I kind of relate to that on a lesser level, being a teen mom and, you know, being pregnant at 18 and everybody's looking at me like, oh, don't do what she did. Don't be like her.
Yeah.
You gotta just like focus on the people who love you.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I want to say the main thing that actually hurt was them saying that we weren't godly because of the fact that we are. We definitely are. We're very God-fearing people.
That was one of our first conversations that we had, like talking with each other and like getting to know each other. Like, we asked the stereotypical like relationship questions, like, what are your plans for your future? Do you believe in God? And that was something that we mutually all like agreed upon. And we were like, yeah, we do all believe in God. We do all have faith in Jesus, and we believe he died on the cross for us. So it's very hard when people are sitting in our faces and they're like, you're going to hell. And we're sitting here like,
And I was basically raised in the church my whole life. So a lot of people look at me and they automatically judge me from the personality I have, from the clothes I wear, or anything. So my hair, my nationality, whatever it is, I've been judged my whole life for it. So when I conversate with people and they see how humble I am, or they see me how I know my word, or I can flip my script, because I'm not really like a religious guy where I walk around and I'm talking about the Bible 24/7. But if you want to talk about the Bible, I can go hours talking about the Bible, you know? So it's like, I was raised with a pastor. I was raised with a God-fearing woman, you know? I want to be married to God-fearing women. You understand me? So it's surprising when people tell me like, oh, I'm not godly.
Trying to tell us about us.
That's funny.
Right?
That's interesting. I wanted to ask, so we see your relationship is got to get, you guys got together. Then you kind of told family. Obviously, you guys, any relationship is going to have struggles. You're going to have pitfalls. You're going to have shenanigans that happen. Each of you, if you can, how did you deal with each family member or a family in general, their response to your relationship? How did it affect you? And then in turn, how do you think it affected your relationship? Did you get better? Did you question what you were going to do? Did it make you stronger? How do you think all this coming from the family, what did it do to the three of you?
This way now.
No, we really did this way.
Like I said, at first I was really depressed, and it was mostly because like I grew up a big family person. Every weekend I was with my family. Every family event I was with them, and it came to the point that now I'm not receiving a call. I'm not receiving a text. I'm not receiving anything.
And prior to that, she was dealing with family deaths too. Like,
yeah. I literally, when I met them, I had 3 family deaths that happened in my family.
Right after me.
Right back to back within the month of October. So I was going already through a lot, and they pretty much helped me a lot during that process. They touched me in ways that like I still don't. Like, I can't comprehend, I can't understand, but they became my best friends. They became, people that I could really go to talk to. Like I said, they're my family now. And like, my response to my family, I guess, like when they do try to reach out to me and whatnot to this day is just, I don't even respond. I don't feel like I have to. I don't feel like I need to tell people unless they have questions. If they have questions, I'm more than willing to be like, hey, this is what's going on in my relationship and this is how it works, educate them. But as far as like sitting there trying to defend myself, I'm not going to do that. I'm way over that. And like I said, they're my family at the end of the day. So if they don't accept my family and me, then you can kick rocks.
Honestly, like I said, it's when I told you guys it's deeper. Being with them and seeing all these comments and whether it's the love, the hate, and all that stuff, it just reminds me and it makes me feel like I can compare a lot because I never really understood it. Stepping out, being a straight man, and being next to like 2 girls that like each other, like being part of the LGBTQ community, like doing all this, me seeing it from the outside, I really never took it serious my whole life. But I was raised in Rhode Island where there's a lot of like old timers that are very racist, and I've been through a lot of racism, and just being here and seeing what they're going through, even seeing them hold hands with each other and all the eyes on them and all that stuff, the comments that they get, it's really no difference. Like what the gay community goes through, what Black people go through, a lot of people, and it helps me understand, like I'm hopping into just like how people try to hop into different religions to see which God is which and who it's like literally the same thing. Like it blew my mind and it opened my mind to a whole lot of things. It opened my mind to a whole lot of understanding.
Feelings,
and even why I said there's so much feelings into it, because the feelings are like the biggest thing when it comes down to me thinking about love. Love to me is like stronger than just having a connection with someone. It's understanding someone. It's seeing yourself and seeing someone else's through someone else's eyes. It's understanding that you need patience and being able to put your pride aside, put your importance aside to care for another human's life. You understand what I'm saying? So it's deeper than what you're just sharing a bond with someone. You're sharing a whole family, you know, and it's big, you know. It puts you in another light.
And me, I want to say, kind of touch upon how he said, I did start with females, but I was younger, so I always tell her she's like my first real girlfriend that I could claim.
She's also like my first girlfriend that I've publicly been with, so
Yeah.
we both share that in common too.
Definitely. And also us going out in public, even without him, made us, like, at the beginning of the relationship, we were like, yo, what is everybody staring at? Like, and then it hit me and I made it into a joke, but we always say it now. And we're like, oh, we're not with Joel, we're lesbians right now, okay? Yeah. We're lesbians
right
today. That's what we'll say. If he's at work or something, we'll be like, we're lesbians today. All eyes on us. And it could be from the simplest. I'll never forget this old lady. I'm Hispanic, I'm Dominican. So, you know, people look at me and they don't think I'm Hispanic. They think I'm just Black, which is fine because I'm very close and Dominican. And they'll speak in Spanish thinking I won't understand. So this lady at first said in English, oh, you girls are so beautiful. And, you know, we have similar hair. So your hair, everything, you're sisters. And we just looked at her and said, no. And we just kept waiting in line. And she's like, oh, these girls are so pretty. One of her friends came, these girls are so pretty. They're sisters, after we said no. And then she comes and leans in and gives me a kiss. And once she did that, the lady was like, oh my God.
You rocked that woman's world.
I blew her mind. She was like baffled. And I just remember looking at her like, are you okay? And she just was like,
mind you, we're the different ones, but we're looking at them like,
yeah, we're looking at them
okay?
like, ma'am, are you okay? And she just looked at me and was like, ay, Padre Dios. Oh my Lord, I can't believe this is what the world has gone to. And I'm just like, okay, let's go. And I just left after that. And I worked in the mall. And that was another thing where if I was on break and she worked in the mall too, and we would meet up and we would walk through the hallways. And it was just like all eyes, like, yo, this is crazy. This is real life. Like, it was just insane. But I want to say that it kind of made me more neutral to it. More like, they're staring, it's whatever, you know. We go on live on the app that we met each other on, and we have people that join our live just to bash us, just like going hard.
Bro.
Like, I don't even know why they go that hard.
Like, they're yelling.
Like they favorite us just so they can see us pop up online just to go on.
Yes, like face red, like
angry.
And it's to the point where we laugh. Like, it's just hilarious.
You have to laugh, it sounds like.
And I'm like, how are you that mad?
About someone else's life.
Are you okay?
You almost want to feel bad for those types of people.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it's
And me, I want to say I have like the most attitude, you know, out of the relationship. But I want to say it's because I am sensitive. So that helped me, I guess you can say. I still have my sensitive moments, but I'm always, you can compliment me and I'm automatically like, what you trying to say? What do you say? So that I kind of be like, yeah, okay. And tell me something I don't know. Okay. And then just keep it moving. At least I try. But that I can say helped a lot.
I don't know. So hearing you talk about this, I find it interesting. Obviously, this relationship, not typical, so people are going to have their opinions. But what I'm really picking up is what you ladies have to deal with versus Joel, what you have to deal with. People kind of look at women in, I guess, in polyamory, and like they may not respect you too much. Why are you doing this? Whatever. But Joel, pimp, got more than one girl, all this. It's interesting.
They also praise him though.
Right.
Also,
That's
like, he's so lucky. You
But that's
got
what it is.
all.
That's
He's like,
like
I am.
I am what?
No, but honestly, like to me, I wouldn't like talk too big about myself, but I've never really been that type of person that was like out there and crap
He's
like
not
that. So,
cocky at all.
yeah, I'm like, nah, at all. It's a bad thing though,
Get that
because
vibe.
sometimes they do stuff for me, and I'm like, thanks, and they want me to be like, thank you, oh my gosh, you know. So it's like, it doesn't work out for me as much. But in these type of moments, like a lot of people tell me I'm lucky, and it's like, no, they're lucky too, because at the end of the day, not a lot of girls get to say they have a man and a girl. You know what I'm saying?
Especially
Like,
bisexual women. We're living our bisexual life.
Yeah,
So,
because if you think about it, a lot of bisexual ladies have to pick one.
yeah.
So
we get to live the
that's our
life.
thing. We'll be like, hello, I'm lucky.
and then people try to come for me and be like, oh, why can't they have a man? Because I'm not gay. Okay, I'm straight. You know, it doesn't work like that. It wasn't like I forced them to be with each other. They liked each other. They liked me. It worked out for me. So, you know, it wasn't like I had to do anything crazy or motivate anybody or convince anybody. I'm not that type of guy.
Yeah.
So anybody that likes to call me a pimp or thinks I'm a pimp or something, that takes a lot of effort, and I don't make money.
I think
So so it's not,
It's true.
it's not like that.
It's true. But
I think at first he didn't even like process the fact that he was with two girls, because there was a point where we even had to ask him. We were like how do you feel about being with two women? Like, you know, as we were getting more into the relationship, we're like, how are you feeling about this? Because
and he had the most like blank face, just like
he didn't know how to answer the question at first, and he
I
did
don't know, I just got two girls.
Yeah.
Like, what do you like? What do you want me to say?
he did reflect on it though, eventually, and
Because I feel like again, I just hopped in a relationship, it was more like you can't ask me that question because I'm just going with the flow of life right now. Like later on, when I got to spend time with them, when we got to go through what we went through, what we got to understand about each other, then I could finally answer that question a little bit. Then honestly, like I still don't think too much about it, like as much. But again, like I told you, it did open my mind to a lot of things, like how I feel about having two girls. It's important to me, you know. Again, they're more than just my girls and my family, you know. I want to have kids with them. I want to get married with them. I want to change a lot of people's lives with them. You know what I'm saying? They're my family. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my gosh, you guys are such a beautiful couple in so many ways.
Agreed.
I love it.
Mhm.
Okay, question. I am certain that you guys must be, you know, approached or messaged by other people with what should I do? I'm thinking about becoming polyamorous, or, you know, how do I even start this? What is your best response to them if they're looking for information?
Don't be with someone that's not bisexual. It does not work.
it
Yeah.
sounds funny, but
Can't
people
force
try.
somebody.
If your
People
partner
try.
is not into the opposite sex, then you're just going to be forcing something or experimenting. That's all. Like it's never gonna go farther when it comes down to emotional feelings, because no one can be emotionally attached to someone that they're not interested in, and that's a fact. So
That's where we would start.
that's where we would start. Yeah.
that's basic, you know. It's
Um,
basic that.
Secondly, I would say communication and patience. There's no rule book, there's no handbook to it, you know. So it's kind of like you said, you're just going with the flow. You know, you guys are just starting to get to know each other. If you, like I said, if you've never been with a girl, I had to learn. Okay, so she wants to do things that I'm just like, I don't want to do it, and then she'll be kind of mad, and I'm like, why is she mad? And he'll look at me like, oh, welcome to dating a female. You would have been mad at me. If I said no. Okay, so I had to learn those things, and I didn't learn them the easy way. So patience.
We
okay?
didn't learn it the easy way either,
No,
you know.
okay.
So
I would definitely say it's patience and communication. Like before you just want to like up and quits, like try to figure it out. Like, why did you get mad? Why did you get mad? What's going on? There's 3 people in the relationship. So unless all of you guys are arguing, the person that's not in the argument is the therapist. That's pretty much it. And in our case, since me and her are girls and we are very much alike, sometimes she'll be like, you use my last eyelash, or you'll be like,
she gets mad because I use her clothes.
Okay, yes, I get mad because she uses my clothes.
And then
okay?
I wake up and I'm like, what are you wearing? Oh, this is Babes. So I don't even
Yeah, okay.
I don't even deal with that no more.
So he shuts that one down quick. He'll just be like, don't even start, because just the last time that outfit you posted, that was hers. So there's no point. So patience, communication, and try to get to the point. Don't try to just be like, oh, she's just doing this because this, or he's just, no. Patience. Just try. I know it's an extra person in it, but just as you would have an argument with your partner and sit there and debate and be like, no, but you did and you that, you can do that with 3 people too. So don't get scared. Just have patience.
I would say, this is a hard one. I had something too. If you're just jumping into this, I would say, if you are a couple jumping into this, I would say try to find someone that takes you guys as serious as you guys take each other. That was the biggest thing when I got with them. I've seen how they loved each other. I've seen how they communicated with each other. I've seen their love and their passion and the way that they went about their days in their love. And that made me want to be a part of it. If you're not looking to be serious and you're just, when it comes to polyamory, because of course there's open relationships, there's swinging, but in the polyamorous lifestyle, look for people who are going to take you as serious as you take each other, basically.
Oh, and stay genuine. Stay genuine. That's the biggest thing in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like, people think that massaging their feet every night and like kissing their toes and working so hard to keep 2 girlfriends, and I'm just me, you know what I'm saying? Like, I do massage their feet, I do all that stuff, don't get me wrong. That's not every day. That's not like, I don't,
He's not worshiping the ground we walk on every day.
They still yell at me to cook and clean. Like, I still, it's all about staying genuine, because now I know for a fact they don't like me because I'm a neat freak. No, they like me because of the person that I am. You know what I'm saying?
I love that. Oh my goodness. You guys give me the feels.
I know. It's
Love
nice. I think there's a tendency with, I guess, polyamorous relationships to kind of just assume that it's all sexual, it's all physical and everything. And talking with you guys, we haven't even touched on that yet. This is all emotion, feeling, communication.
Yeah.
It's just a relationship with a third person, really hearing you guys talk about it. I will ask though, because that's going to be inevitably a question from people. How does sexual relations go with you guys? Is it something you guys talked about first? Was it contentious? How did that work for the 3 of you? And how do you guys keep, that's got to be important in a relationship such as this.
I actually was the one that played hard to get when it came down to sexual.
Go ahead, bro.
They were very close, and they would always be like, they would always get in the mood, and they would always try to get me in the mood, and I'd be like, no, I'm not doing this. Because I'm not gonna lie, like, I've always been accused of being a player or all that stuff my whole life, and I never was a player ever. I've always had a girlfriend, and then we broke up. A girlfriend, and we broke up. I never was the type of person to have multiple women in my life. I was not that person.
You could say it,
so
but you wouldn't do it.
Exactly. Like, I would always say I always want multiple wives, but I never really did that type of lifestyle. So when it came down to them, and of course, there's, no matter what, we're human. We always want sexual feelings and all that stuff. I was just my whole life always that type of person. Like, you thought I was easy. I'm not no typical dude. You better take me out on a date. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness.
So it's like, I open the door for you every single day. At least one day, open the door for me. Like, that's the type of person I am.
He doesn't like gender roles. Like, when I met him, that was something that was very surprising to me, because like the stereotypical, the guy takes out the trash. He's like, you got 2 feet. You can take out the trash too, So like, there's things like that just blow my mind when it comes to that type of stuff. He did really play hard to get in the beginning of the relationship.
Yeah.
Very, very hard to get.
I just wanted to make sure that it was real. You know what I'm saying? I didn't want to just be having fun. I didn't want that at all. Like,
That was also another thing that, like, when we were looking for a female, it was like a lot of trying to have fun. So we tried to push that back as much as we could. And by we, it was mainly him. But, you know, I definitely put in some effort there. And
Which was funny because she played hard to get in the beginning.
so you see how it's twisted around.
yeah, she's like more like a I don't know you, but once I get to know you, we're cool. And I'm more like I'm open to everybody, but if we get more closer, I get more cautious. You know?
Yeah.
So
Get guarded. You're guarding your heart.
Which is fair.
yeah.
And
Definitely.
it's not always like threesomes all the time. We're not always just like, you know, horn dogs just doing the stuff all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And
We do have our individual moments. We do have our close moments, and I feel like it's important in the relationship as well. You know, like, I don't know. It's nice to have the one-on-ones every once in a while.
Yeah.
little insiders. Especially when we were working more, I could say, like, if she went to her shift or if I went to my shift, they had their little alone time, then I had my alone time, then would come pick me up, or the same vice versa. So it's not something that's like rushed for. And believe it or not, we're not very sexual.
Yeah,
A lot of people think that, you know, since we are and we always want to be on top of each other, but no.
we talk more than we have sex.
Yes,
We
believe that or
talk
not, we could
a lot.
go like a good month and just it's just about being together, I guess you can say. Or even if we have debates or arguments, it's more like we gotta be good. Like our emotions
Have to be
good.
on
Like
point.
we have to be good for us to like I should say pleasure yourselves.
And the whole attitude thing, I'm the one that plays the female in this situation, because if we argue, you are not getting any sexual contact from me.
So be like, don't
whatsoever.
touch me. Yes,
Yep, I'm a ghost. That was something he used.
I'm a ghost.
I'm a ghost. He was
Okay.
like, I'm a ghost.
He
You
would
talk
walk-
to your girlfriend.
Yeah,
Yes.
you got a girlfriend.
You got
Like
a
they'd be like,
girlfriend.
oh, what? No, you got a girlfriend. You can
I'm a
go to your
ghost.
girlfriend.
I
I'm a
have
ghost.
to use the bathroom.
So no, I was not. I don't play like that. I'm very serious when it comes down to emotional contact. I'm very serious when it comes down to that, and I'm not gonna be mad trying to have sex with you. It's not gonna work. It's not.
Yeah. Heart's got to be all in the right place for something like that to happen.
But anything.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for your openness with all of these questions, but especially that last one.
Right.
It's a question that gets asked. You know,
Yeah.
it's
Just trying to find a nice way to put it out there. I don't want to be like, yeah, watch out, what happens.
Yeah.
Nothing
no,
like that, but-
Nah, trust me, we're like very blunt. We're not that like scared of too much things to say about our lives, especially since everything is out in the open, and every single thing that came down in everybody's mind of sexuality wouldn't be new to hear it from our lips.
yeah.
They already accused us of it. We're just saying it, It's
Yeah. Pretty
Right.
much.
Well, I think that opens up a doorway to, what exactly are you guys up to now? Where can our listeners go to follow you guys or keep up with you guys or send you just positive energy and love?
Well, we have YouTube, we have TikTok, we have Instagram.
And they're all under Throuple Trouble. The Instagram, you have an underscore right in front of Throuple Trouble, but you can still find it by typing in Throuple Trouble.
Yeah.
So TikTok, Instagram, YouTube is all Throuple Trouble. We're
You can find
definitely-
us on Google too as well.
Yeah, you can find us on Google at Throuple Trouble.
We have
as
an
well.
article out now. It's
Yeah.
actually in the UK.
Yeah. We're published in the UK. So it's
And now we
pretty
have
cool.
a podcast.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
We actually
Talk
have
about
a
it.
Tell us about it.
work that's gonna happen. There's a lot of
A
things
lot of
that
stuff we
we're
can't
gonna do.
talk about, but
Oh,
we definitely
We
say
can tell you about the
tuned.
article. The article is super exciting.
Yes.
We had an interview with one of the Media Drum publishers, I believe it is.
It's Media Drum World.
Media Drum World, and
In the
they're from
UK.
the UK, so they reached out through Throuple Trouble's Instagram and messaged us, and we got to do a phone interview. And yeah, they took some of our photos that we wanted on in there, and they put up the article. And ever since then, it's been blessings.
They made a big headline too.
Oh yes,
Really
the
big
headline.
headline.
We mentioned that maybe in the future we would love to have children. He always says if one of us gets pregnant, is to get the other one pregnant so we can endure pregnancy together and have our babies together. And that made the title.
Yeah.
So the
They're
title,
like,
what was it? Throuple Trouble gets
Throuple Trouble gets disowned
for
by
being ungodly,
and
And
are
our-
expecting a baby.
or planning or
planning a
Something.
baby or something like that. It was some crazy title, but it was definitely to catch people's attention or something like that.
Clickbait.
Mhm.
But the whole story was on point. It
Definitely.
wasn't like too off or anything. It was exactly.
it was actually, she put our words in quotations.
Quotation.
So it's word for word what we said.
Yeah.
I seen it and was like, well, she did her thing. Just the title threw me off a
Yeah.
little bit. Wait, she did your thing.
But again, like we have so much things that we're working on, but we're more likely to be on our social media for right now, trying to build up our audience, trying to get into certain types of projects, and maybe that'll open up more doors for us,
And I also definitely would recommend if they can go through Throuple Trouble, you'll find our personals, Instagrams, and them too with their musicians and their music, being artists and lyrically inclined. They have their things.
Oh, look
over
at
there.
her, the freaking supporting us.
Yeah. Now we do make music. We're actually
They're gonna make a few
we're
songs
trying
together.
to invest in that as well. We're trying to do so much things. Again, we have a lot of projects that we're working on. When it comes down to making scripts, to make movies or acting or anything like that, we work on a lot of things.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, so we'll have a lot of links available in the
Yep.
show notes. That way everybody listening and or watching on YouTube can, definitely find you guys and follow you guys and support you and just send you positive energy and love, because I don't appreciate none of the negativity that you guys have been getting. So we got to kind of
Trash.
mitigate that, send a little bit more positivity your way.
Definitely.
Thank you.
It's
Thank
all
you.
love. It's love, and more love.
Yes, that's what we
Exactly.
want.
Yeah,
Love, more love.
Hey,
I love it. Well, thank you guys so much for being with us and sharing your story on this platform. I have learned so much, and I am just grateful for every minute of it.
Oh, thank you for having us.
This has been awesome. Thank you. It's a blessing.
Thank you for giving us your time. We appreciate it. And I think you just kind of cleared a lot of things up. I think people go in with a specific expectation or mindset of what they expect them to see.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see three people who are in love, and it's not just some orgy or some kind of craziness going on. It's a relationship.
Yes.
And it's love throughout, and it's feelings and it's emotions. So
Yeah.
you guys are beautiful. And positive vibes from us all the time.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I will send some back.
Right back at you.
Definitely.
Thank you. Well, Harvey, I think we've definitely learned a lot, but the key word of the night is got to be the episode. Love is emotions.
Love is emotions. I
Love
like
is
that.
emotions.
Mhm.
Love is many things.
But this good love is Black.